Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our webinar session for today. But please, I'd like to crave everyone's indulgence, especially those who have joined quite early. Please, let's start in like 5 minutes to allow more participants to join, please, because we're just 15 on the call so that we can have a larger class. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone, once again. Welcome to another webinar session from the Office of the Head of Service. Post-Service Department. My name is Bisi Roland, and I am your host today. I welcome all our distinguished members of the Association of Lagos State Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries, our esteemed retirees, and of course, the serving officers who are on the call. The head of service, Mr. Bode Agoro, the permanent secretary, public service office, Mrs. Sukomi Oyegbola, and our director, post service department, Mrs. Olushola Bukunla, all send their appreciation for your consistency, and they wish you all a fruitful session. Our topic for today is navigating loss, building resilience through change. And our facilitator is Mr. Kayode Ogunlaja. He is a seasoned consultant, and he's also a trainer with over 2 decades of experience in business development, enterprise growth, and capacity building. He has consistently supported entrepreneurs, SMEs, and organizations in creating practical strategies that foster sustainable growth and resilience. As a co-founder of Unbridge Silver, an enterprise in the hospitality sector, along with several ventures in food, agriculture, and services, Mr. Ogunlaja combines entrepreneurial insight with hands-on operational expertise. His work spans scaling businesses, optimizing processes, and driving profitability. He has trained and mentored diverse groups in the service industry, urban agriculture, and food entrepreneurship, and also operations management, and equipping them with actionable tools for long-term success. His consulting practice focuses on designing impact-driven programs that empower SMEs, women, and youth while addressing critical themes such as food security, sustainability, and economic. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just logged out. So I was talking about the facilitator. So his consulting practice focuses on designing impact-driven programs that empower SMEs, women, and youth while addressing critical themes such as food security, sustainability, and economic empowerment. With a Google professional certification in data analysis and analytics, he integrates data-informed decision-making into his work, helping clients track impact, enhance performance, and achieve measurable results. Yes, Mr. Ogulaja, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Ma.
Yeah, good morning, welcome. The floor is yours.
All right. Good morning, everyone. distinguished retirees of the Lagos State Civil Service, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Kayode Ogunlaja, and I'm honored to guide us through this important conversation about navigating one of life's most significant transitions. After decades of dedicated service to Lagos State, retirement brings both opportunity and challenges. Today, we're going to explore how to transform the sense of loss that often comes with retirement into a foundation for a fulfilling new chapter. For me, this is more of a personal, a passion thing because I'm going to be talking from experience, what I saw firsthand, from researches, and from surveys. This is a project I've been on for almost 6, 7 years now. But before we begin, I will invite us to reflect on our journey. What aspects of civil service career do we miss most? What are new possibilities that we are curious about exploring? I've structured this webinar especially for you, for your professionals who have built your identity and routines around public service to your great state, which is Lagos State. Before I start, I'm going to tell us a short story about what I experienced and what got me into this. My father was a civil servant and he was a permanent secretary in those state civil service and retired in 1992 to be precise. Before he retired there, I think I was I was in the university then. I'm the last born, so I was in university and I remember clearly. He was planning for it, so he started building a petrol station then. And they had the budget, they had the plan for it. Unfortunately, since it was something that was new to him, I think the budget that he was given with the inflation and all that, he couldn't complete it by the time he had to leave the service. And I can remember vividly that if not for my mom then, she was a trader and she was a farmer also. She had a poultry and she was trading. And I could remember then that my dad was almost slipping into depression because the budget he had, the money he had could not finish the petrol station on time for him to move out. So by the time he left the service, the petrol station was not completed. And I could remember then, anything we want, Lobaya, Elobaya, Elobaya, he was cranky because he needed to finish the petrol station. He was not earning income. And I could remember then, I think the first Christmas, that's when I noticed that, yes, depression, I think that was the first time I would realize someone was actually moody and slipping into depression. During Christmas then, we used to have lots of Christmas cards coming in, hampers coming in, and that used to have the house to be filled, bags of rice, hampers, different cards. And in those days, there used to be this board around the ceiling where we put pictures. So we used to hang the Christmas card all around the sitting room, the dining, and we still have some left. And lo and behold, I think he went out, was it mid-year, June, July, thereabout? And by July, yes, I think July, that was his birthday. That was when he left the service. By December, I think we received just 2 or 3 hampers and a couple of cards. I could remember then that my mom had to tell us that, do you know what? Go and bring the old cards, put it around, let this man feel better. What I'm trying to say is, I'm just like, I felt that. Even at home, we felt it. the loss of income, one, and our ever-cheering dad that was now moody and cranky. This is real. And at this point, I would like to appreciate Lagos State for organizing this, because I can remember when 3 years ago, when we wanted to start something for in Ondo State, after going through survey researches and all that, and I asked my aunt that just left the service that, kí ni Ondo State ṣe fún yín? She said, oh, the only thing they do for them is when they call them to come and show themselves that I'm alive. And that's the only time they remember them. And it got to me, and we started taking practical steps with my team then, that in a private capacity, we'll start something for, that's another story, and we'll start something for the retirees in Ondo State there. So back to what we have for today. I would like to start a quick poll and ask that how many of us have been retired for less than a year? Can we just signify between 1 and 5 years? Let's just put the number of years we've left the service and more than 5 years. Let us just put in the chat box, we just put out, let's see how many years we've spent out of service. This will help me understand the diverse experience represented here today.
Okay, someone says less than 5 years, 3 years now. Taiwo Samuel says 6 months, less than a year, 4 years, 9 months. Okay, someone is 11 years, 10 years. But also, sir, it's not just retirees that are on the call. We still have some serving officers.
Yes, I understand that. So just want to
Okay.
see what we have. Then it's going to cross across everybody at the end of the day.
Yeah. 5 years in December, 2 years and some months. Okay.
All right, great. So let's begin our journey by understanding what actually is happening. What happened or what happens during this significant life transition. Please, can we move to slide 2, please? Retirement isn't
Is it
merely
this
leaving a
one?
job, as we all know. It's slide 2. That's after the
Understanding retirement transition. Mr. Gulaja.
that's slide 2. Retirement is just about leaving a job. It's transitioning from a core identity that has defined us for decades. As civil servants, your professional identity definitely is intertwined with public service and your role in Lagos State's development. From my research, we found out that professional identity loss can trigger similar psychological responses as other major losses. It's not surprising if we look at it. What we consider that our work not only provided income, but structure, purpose, social connections, status within the community, within the state. When we're in service, you get invited to some functions, you are introduced as director in charge of this, parent secretary in charge of this, the representative from Lagos State government, and they call us to the high table. But you find that now you hardly get invited to those functions anymore. Now it's more of private functions that we're invited to. So like many life transitions, retirement adjustment typically follows predictable stages through everyone's lifetime, though our timeline differs. That's why I said we should, let's see, how many years we've spent out of retirement. And then since we have those that are yet to retire. So we have the pre-retirement anticipation, which is often marked by mixed emotions, excitement about freedom, but anxiety about the unknown. You're like, I'm free. I can wake up anytime I want to. I can sleep till anytime I want to. I'm free to move around. I don't have to report to anyone anymore. But also, you are anxious about the unknown. What's going to happen to me right now? My income, am I going to maintain my lifestyle, and all that. Then we have the retirement honeymoon. Those that are within the first year of retirement, after of post-retirement, that initial period of freedom, the relief from workplace pressure, no deadline, no oga breathe down our neck, no report to send to anyone, no, you have to see the PS, you have to see the governor, no queries, all that. Then we have the number 3, retirement disenchantment. So when that honeymoon phase wears off, then you begin to say, okay, what do I want to do in my life? Am I going to start? I'm waking up in the morning, everybody's going to work, I'm at home. Where am I going to? And the sense of purposelessness may emerge. And the 4th stage is the reorientation. By now actively seeking new sources of meaning, establishing new routines. What do I want to do in my life now? If the children are out of school, even if they're married, they don't have a time like before. So what do I want to do? How do I plan my routine? Where do I go to? Is it church? Is it community engagement? All those things begin to come up. And the 5, that's retirement stability. You're finding a new equilibrium with fresh sources of identity and purpose. All we're saying is, when retirement stability, and now find, okay, what am I doing right now? You're trying to get stable. Am I doing my business? Is it consulting? Am I going to farming? Am I picking up this? Now, okay, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? Understanding these stages help us normalize what we are experiencing and provides a roadmap for a new journey in life. Now, think about which stage resonates with your current experience. Some of us might be in the honeymoon phase. Some might be in navigating the disenchantment already, or some of us might be finding new stability. So feel free to just put in that chat again, which of the 5 stages best describes where you find yourself today? Can you just respond? You can just type in the chat. Which stages do you think you fall into right now? Can we respond, please, in the chat? So we know we are all following what we're talking about.
Okay, someone says honeymoon state. Abola Igwe Abimbola. Some Samsung. Stability stage. Okay. Bola Shade Femi, stability stage, honeymoon stage. I'm in the near stability stage. Stability stage. Okay. I think most people are in the stability stage.
I'm seeing few responses. Can we see get more, please?
What did you say, Mr. Gulaja? Mr. Gulaja, we can't hear you anymore.
He said he needs more responses. Very few responses instead.
Oh, okay,
From the
thank
few
you.
responses, I think we have just 4 responses. So I think we have more people in the stability stage. All right, now that we understand the framework of this transition, can we explore the emotional dimensions of retirement, an aspect often overlooked but critical for us to address here? So we'll move on to slide 3. I know this kind of topic is not one that we want to listen to, but it's something that is real. It's a reality, whether we like it or not. So slide 3, the emotional landscape of loss. The emotional experience of retirement deserves our full attention. Many retirees describe feelings of grief similar to other significant losses. Yet these feelings often go unacknowledged by society, and even by retirees themselves. Like I said earlier, my short story, if not for my mom that stood in gap for my father to finish up his petrol station and start any income, that period was one that we all felt at home. And it changed many things for us then. And I know some people are going through that same feeling, and some people will still go through it, and some people have gone through it. And I want to validate that your feelings of loss are legitimate. You may be grieving the loss of daily purpose and structure, profession there's no more waking up in the morning, you have what to do, you're structured, you're going to work, you have this file to work on, you have this meeting to attend, you have this person to report to. And that's daily purpose, and everything is structured, and you're back home by 5 or 6, thereabout. Yeah, you've done your work for the day. And at the end of the month, you earn your pay. And there's professional recognition and respect. There are no more calls to the high table in some places. You don't get some invitations to some meetings or some occasions because you are no more in the civil service. Your house, people don't flood your office again. People don't disturb your phone calls again. Some people in a day then, you could have 50 calls, 20 calls, but now maybe it's just your children or your family that gets to call you. And then that sense of belonging is no more there also. Those relationships that you thought you had, they are no more. Also, you find that you may be grieving the loss of your role in important decision making in the public service. You are no more there to write policies. You are no more there to sign off on important decisions. And the last one, financial certainty and status. The salary that comes in is no more coming in. The extras that come in, the official cars, no more there. The fueling, the drivers, all those things are no more there. And if you bring it down to Lagos State context, these challenges, they have unique dimensions because our culture places high value on work titles. Like when Mrs. Rowan was introducing, he said, the director of this, the HOS, the permanent secretary. It gets to a stage where when someone is introducing them, it's going to be by their names, no more titles. It can be quite challenging, really. Extended family expectations even often diminish also retirement. Sometimes you see how those financial pressures at times, even though your income has decreased. Maybe before people used to come to you for help, my daughter wants to get to this, my son wants to get this done in Lagos State. Because you are there, they come to meet you, or they think you have the money, they come to meet you for help. But now you can't render those help, and they will still come to meet you. Ẹ ṣẹ̀ ṣe tán, ẹ ṣẹ̀ ẹ ní ministry bí, who do you know here? Kali lọ get kini. But you know, it's different to when you were there. When you were there, you could call some shots, you could do some, you could pull some strings. It's much easier than when you are out. And then the current economic realities and inflation in Nigeria can intensify concerns about pension adequacy. I don't know if they increase pension, but inflation is always on the rise. Those that even earning salaries are still complaining. How much more someone that is collecting pension? And many of us witnessed Lagos State transform through your decades of service, creating a deep connection to the state's development that has now changed. I invite us to take a moment now again to acknowledge any losses you have experienced in retirement. This acknowledgement is not you dwelling on negative, please. It's the first step towards building resilience. Acknowledge those losses. Acknowledge the fact that you come in, people are not running around to carry your briefcase, running around to carry your bags, running around to get things done for you. You sit there in the office, your car gets fuel, you don't even get to the petrol station. All you know is you're moving from point A to B, and the car is there with fuel in it. The car has issues, the government is going to fix it. The car has issues, the government is going to fix it. You have a driver that is being paid by the government. But now you can't do that anymore. You pay your driver yourself. Acknowledging those things is not about dwelling on the negatives. It's just like, okay, look, this is reality right now. How do I navigate from here? These are the things we're going to discuss about. Can I ask what aspect of a civil service work we miss most? Can anyone respond? If you want to talk about it, you're free, the floor is open. Or you could just send a chat. What aspect of your work, of the civil service work, do you miss most? Like I said, this is reality. These are the things that we don't talk about often, but it's happening to us. Can we get someone to talk about it?
If anyone wants to
All right, if no
share
one wants to talk
with
about
us,
it,
you can unmute
message
yourself,
about it.
please, or
Acknowledge
raise
this
your
opportunity
hand.
creates the foundation for what comes next. Building resilience to transform loss into opportunity. Let's explore how to do that. So we can go to slide 4, build resilience core foundations. Please, slide 4, please. All right, thank you. Resilience is about avoiding difficult emotions. It's about developing the capacity to experience them while continuing to find meaning and joy in life. This is especially important during retirement transition. We have 5 pillars of retirement resilience. And these pillars came about through research and surveys. The first one is purpose renewal, finding new sources of meaning and contribution. What do I want to do next? I will be retired. What is the next purpose for me? What's the next challenge? What do I want to do with the rest of my life now? What do I why do I find the sense of purpose? Identity expansion, that's number two. Developing aspects of self beyond the professional role.
Exactly.
Yes, I've done 30 years, I've done 25 years in Lagos State. I'm in this profession. And I'm moving beyond that. Do I have other passion that I kept in the box while I was in the service? What do I want to do now? Is it something that I've been wanting to do that I didn't have the chance to do? Can I do it now? And the social connection, the third one, maintaining and building relationship outside the workplace. Now, do I get more involved in church? Do I get more involved in mosque? Do I get more involved with charitable organizations? Do I get more involved in, if I'm a traditional analyst, do I get more involved in Isheshe? Social connections outside the workplace. Do I become more active in social clubs? We have Rotary, we have so many other clubs out there, associations. Do I get involved in it? Then you have the fourth one, which is structural adaptation. And I'm now creating new routines and rhythms for daily life. When do I wake up? What do I do daily? What's my itinerary for the day? What do I no, the thing is at 60, which is the cutoff age for retirement, we're still young. You can easily transition into creating new routines for ourselves, rhythms. It doesn't mean we don't, the thing is, if you're not careful, you begin to shut down. If you think that 60 means you are old, your body begins to shut down. Psychologically, your brain begins to shut down. If let's look at it as more of a transition into something new, something better. From there, we can create new routines and rhythms for daily life. Then financial security. How do I manage my resources to support my new lifestyle? Am I going to cut down my expenses? Do I need to make more money? Do I need to cut down social functions? How do I spend my how do I maintain my lifestyle that it doesn't affect me negatively? That I don't begin to think that if only I was still in service. Each of these pillars requires attention and intentional development. There's this Nigerian concept of Ubuntu. That's the Ubuntu philosophy application. It says, I am because we are. It provides a powerful framework for retirement resilience. In practical terms, what this concept means is recognizing that your value exists independently of your professional role. Then you have to embrace community support and reciprocity as sources of identity and security. Understanding that your contribution to others' well-being enhances your own resilience. You need to begin to see retirement as an opportunity to strengthen community connections in new ways. Before some of us, before 8, we're out of the house. We don't even know what's happening in our environment. But now we can use that opportunity to begin to strengthen community connections, begin to know our neighbors, begin to get involved more in our resident associations. What is happening? How do we improve? How do we move forward? And begin to draw your experience that you had in your work to make our community better. So I will encourage us to personalize those 5 pillars and consider which of the pillars we feel strongest right now and which one needs more development. This awareness will guide us through our personal resilience building strategy. And let us take like 30 seconds to 1 minute. Let's write down a piece of paper with us. Let's get a pen and piece of paper and rate ourselves from 1 to 10 on each pillar in the chart. On each pillar. You can either do it on the chart or your own paper. A quick assessment. Just look at all the pillars and rate yourself 1 to 10 on each pillar. When it comes to purpose renewal, where am I? Is it from 1 to 10? Am I on 6? Am I on 3? Identity expansion, look at it. 1 to 10 also. Where am I? Am I 9? Am I 2? Am I 3? Social connection, do the same thing. Structural adaptation. Have you created new routines and readings for your daily life? If you have not, rate yourself. Is it 1? Is it 2? The financial security, you look at that also. Am I making money now? Where am I? Is it 2? Is it 5? Is it 7? Is it 8? So when you rate yourself, definitely you will know deep down where you are. When you look at your results, rating yourself in those pillars, 1 to 10. Which pillar do you think will benefit most from immediate attention? Because look at it, I always suggest that when you do that kind of exercise, look at where you have your strongest point. I always say concentrate more on your strength, because even small improvements in one area will positively affect the others. So when we look at those pillars, there are 5 of them. So where do I have the highest mark after rating yourself? So with that in mind, let's move to specific strategies so that you can implement starting from today to build momentum in your transition journey. So can I move to slide 5, please? Please can I move to slide 5? Hello. Okay, the slides are not showing again. So slide 5 contains practical strategies for moving forward. So these practical strategies, what I try to do is to build it especially tailored for Lagos State retirees. So there are 5 key success factors we're going to look at for us here right now. The first one is community engagement. The first one is community engagement. Lagos has over 10,000 registered community organizations. So what we should do, let's find one aligned with our interests that provides structure, purpose, and connection. For example, a former civil engineer can join Community Development Association to advise on local infrastructure projects. This culvert, they're not doing it properly. This road shouldn't be like this. Number two is knowledge transfer. Your decades of experience are invaluable. You can consider mentoring, teaching, or consulting. I consult for small businesses. Small businesses have challenges when it comes to taxation, when it comes to bookkeeping, when it comes to getting required licenses from the government. We can offer our experiences in this. Apart from doing it to help, you can do it to make money also. Number three, personal passion projects. What interest, I think I mentioned this earlier, did you set aside during your busy career? Now that you are free, it's the time for you to pursue them. Someone that was in the health ministry could decide that I want to start a neighborhood wellness program. Let me get people together our weekends. We talk about eating healthy. We go for walks. We do many exercises. And as a group, we encourage ourselves to eat right and give tips on how to maintain a healthy lifestyle.